equipment, and non-emergency transportation to those in need.
The need for volunteers is always present. Currently, we have volunteers from all occupations who serve in the capacity of emergency medical technicians, first aid attendants, drivers, and dispatchers. We have found that often people are apprehensive about volunteering because of their fear to be able to handle situations that they will face. This fear is overcome by training, experience, and the support of their fellow volunteers. Equally important to our organization is the support we receive from our community. Without this support, we would not be able to exist.
Throughout the years, Bravo has undergone many changes. We are constantly buying and replacing vehicles. We have expanded our headquarters several times, and we've always seen new faces and old faces in the form of volunteers. There are two factors that have never changed and remain today to be the main reason for the success that Bravo is. These factors are very simply the fact that we have excellent community support and also very dedicated volunteers. The people in our community over the years have allowed us to continue our operations. Not only are they very good to us financially, but their genuine feelings of warmth and concern, their encouragement for what we do, means a great deal to the volunteers. Our volunteers are also very dedicated people, most of them coming from the communities that we serve. They are from all walks of life, any occupation that you could think of. Bravo's annual operating budget is nearly $200,000. We receive all the monies to maintain this budget through the generosity of the communities that we serve. Bravo is not eligible for any funding from city, state, or federal government sources or grants. The monies that we receive come strictly from the generosity of block associations, individual businesses, residents of the areas we serve, and other civic organizations. Bravo is in need of volunteers. Bravo belongs to the community. The only way we can continue to function if people are willing to make sacrifices, to give of their time, to become trained, to serve the other people in our community. We are not asking for people to come to us with training. We are asking the people to come to us with dedication, with an idea of sacrifice, and a willingness to help other people. Bravo is continuously reviewing the services that we offer. We are always reviewing the possibility of expansion. The expansion of 1982 was a major step in our growth process. It allowed us to open up a new educational center, which will assure the quality of the training of our own volunteers, as well as allow us to train many people from the communities in various types of first aid.
Bravo provides free emergency medical services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our boundaries extend from Shore Road to 14th Avenue and from 60th Street to the Verrazano Bridge. In addition to emergency ambulance service, we also provide certain non-emergency services. We provide patient transportation to and from hospitals and nursing homes.
Yeah, I remember back when Bravo was initially started in 1974. This place, the building that they have now, used to be a cleaner's. I remember because I live right around the corner. It was interesting because I remember a group of people coming one day, putting an ambulance in front of the place, and starting to take out all the cleaners. And all of us, one day the cleaners was here, and the next day it was gone. Well, since then, and I joined the first chance I got. I was about 17 and a half, going on 18. On my 18th birthday was the day I joined. I was a member ready to go in on my 18th birthday. Started out with such a few amount of people. There couldn't have been more than about 30 people at that time. And we had one ambulance, and it was like leased. And we used to get, if we got one call a week, it was a lot. And there were times that we would sit there for hours and hours and hours and do absolutely nothing. Well, right now, after 8 years, that never happens anymore. In fact, it's practically impossible. It's usually unusual not to have more than, or less than 2 ambulances running at any given time, but always the possibility of the third one going out. The amount of people from 30 has grown to almost 200 plus, 250 members, all of them being active to keep our ambulances running. The type of responsibility we have to the community is not only emergency-wise, but taking sick people home from hospitals and things like that. The biggest joy I get out of working for Bravo is that most of the people I work with really care. You can do a job and you can do it every day of the week, but you don't really have to care about doing the job. If a job becomes cold and you go in there and it becomes routine. I come in on my shift on Saturday, and I sit down and I work with 3 people that really care about other people, and they respond to the assignments, and they may be your neighbors, they could be your friends, they could be your brothers, your daughters, they could be your family member that's responding to your house to come to your aid when you're really sick. And the people that I work, and especially the majority of the people in the organization.
Hello, my name is Carol Cardillo. I was in need of the services of Bravo for my daughter Constance, and she was a Bravo statistic. On May 14th, 1975, my daughter Constance had taken a sour ball, which was on her tray, and had put it in her mouth. My mother seen that she was choking on it and picked her up and put her finger down her throat to get the sour ball out, and when she had done this, she only enlarged the sour ball further into her throat. I, seeing what had happened, then grabbed her, knowing she had to go to the hospital, was running out of the house. My mother told me that she had called Bravo, they were on their way. As I got to a car 200 feet away to take me to the hospital with my daughter, Bravo had already responded and was at the scene. At this time, I handed Constance, who was gasping for air, blue and purple, had handed Constance to Peter, the EMT on the squad, and had told him, please save my daughter. He finally had gotten the sour ball out of her mouth, and he says, she is not responding, let's go right to the hospital. We got into the ambulance. On our way to the hospital, he worked on her continually. As we got to the hospital, he said to me, she is finally responding. The hospital was going to give her a tracheotomy, but they did not have to because Peter had worked on her. And when we had gotten there, I was in the emergency room. She started to cry. Everything was fine. The whole crew was crying over what had happened. They were so happy that everything was okay with her. The doctor told me how lucky I was because of the fact that she had all the signs of death. If it wasn't for Bravo, I would not have my daughter Constance.
All right, take it down. You ready? Go. Turn it down. Right here. Get in the huddle, guys. Move it. Turn it down. Go.
My name is Ray Habib, and I teach health and physical education at Bishop Ford Central Catholic High School. I also work as an EMT for Bravo. A lot of people ask me, and they really don't seem to understand. They can't believe that I don't get paid when I put in my 4-hour shift at Bravo. To me, I've grown up in Bay Ridge mostly all my life, and it's something I feel as if I can return the service to the neighborhood. I enjoy the work, it's good experience, and the people that I work with I find truly inspiring and dedicated people, and I enjoy working with those people. Basically, that is the reason why I volunteer my time for Bravo.
It's an exciting thing as a Bravo member, as a volunteer in this community, to walk down the street, have a stranger come up to you and say, I know you, do you know me? And when we say we don't know the person, they say, well, I know you. You took my mother to the hospital when she was dying, and you saved her life. Now, I don't know of anything that could make an individual prouder or more pleased than that kind of recognition. And that's the kind of recognition Bravo members get on the streets of Bay Ridge every day of the week.
When my own family crisis arose and my 2-year-old son, David, had a febrile convulsion, Bravo was there. When my 96-year-old grandfather had a stroke, Bravo was there.
So through the 8 years, the first 2 of them I worked with the training department, helping people train them in first aid and cardiopulmonary resuscitation so that they can help the people in the community. Then, as the organization grew, and I continued to grow with it, the membership and the people in the membership voted me into the board of directors. I served on there for approximately 4 or 5 years. And now, in the last year, I have just been voted in as the Vice President in charge of operations.
I first heard about Bravo when I was on the auxiliary police, and I went to the first meeting that Bravo had, and I felt that this organization was going to had the potential of becoming a very good and great organization. And I joined the organization, and I slowly felt that Bravo would help the community to great advantage. And I wound up getting very involved with the organization and to the day-to-day operations, working on the ambulance, becoming an advanced first aider and then a medical technician, and soon it became the safety officer, working with the Corps.
We have a dispatch system that provides an ambulance for most emergencies within 3 to 4 minutes in our community. This is the time needed in cases of cardiac arrest to save a person's life. We have to be fast, and we are.
I feel that doing this, you're helping Bay Ridge, you're helping the community, you're helping mankind. Bravo has also changed me in the respect that I used to work in a rental company, and now I've changed my positions. I work for the Red Cross and Disaster Services because I feel that something like that is different, helping a person that is in need in disaster situations where we can help. I feel that working here at Bravo, it really gives me a sense of satisfaction and a fullness in my heart that we're really doing something good for the community.
I've also assisted Bravo as their personnel director and went on to join their public relations committee so that the Bravo story could be heard in the community. Where does it end? It never ends. The Bravo family is a closely knit family, a family that keeps growing every day with more and more volunteers. Volunteers that are truly slain in the spirit, the Bravo spirit. I hope you have a Bravo in your community.
Bravo, may I help you? Yes, could you please send an ambulance right away? The address, please? 7901 4th Avenue. The apartment number? Apartment A9. You turn to the... what's that? The problem. Yeah, the lady downstairs fell on the floor.
Looked at.
Bravo, may I help you?
Yeah, I'm at Brioni's restaurant. I have a lady here who is feeling dizzy and very nauseous. She's also complaining that she feels hot. She has a history of high blood pressure. I'd like to get an ambulance for her if that's possible.
Okay, let me have your address there, please.
Sure can. Brioni's restaurant. What's the address here? 8712 4th Avenue? 4th Avenue.
4th Avenue.
Right.
Okay, do you know her name, please?
Her name is Marie Fox.
Bravo, may I help you? Is this Bravo? Yes. Bravo, what's the address? 55280th Street, please. We need an ambulance. What's the problem? I think you went... a convulsion. How old is the person? How old? Yeah. 32. 32?
What do you think of Bravo? Well, I think it's a wonderful organization. My grandmother, she almost passed away of a heart attack, and they came around within 2 minutes and they saved her life. I mean, I really don't know. She would be dead right now. But the only thing bad about it is that she didn't die and leave me all the money. She's still alive. I have to wait until after she dies to get the money. That's the only thing.
Bravo, may I help you?